Hi, I'm 587 Jasper. This is 416 Interview.
When did you start creating music?
I'd say I made a couple songs around the summer of 2020, but when I actually started properly recording music, it was roughly around September 2021.
Was there any kind of reason you started to create music? Did you like the aspect of the recording or the sounds or the beat?
Honestly, I kind of started with everything actually. Like for me, I actually started producing. I hated it. I didn't want to do it. I was like, this is terrible. I don't have the patience. I know that I'd been able to freestyle for roughly, I've been doing it for a little bit. So I was like, all right, let's just make a rap song. And that's how I got into recording and all that stuff, kind of down the road a little bit more.
All right, how long were you producing for?
I did produce. I tried producing for about roughly a month, but I just like I think I got just to about basic drums, and I was like, yeah, I just hate this.
587 Jasper. How did you come up with that?
Honestly, yo, I was living in like southern Edmonton, so basically, where the line cuts off for like the 587 area code, that's kind of where it starts, and then goes like all the way down to Calgary.
Damn. Okay.
So I was like, I don't want to be 780 because that's really widely known here already. So I was like, let's just throw something different, kind of.
So, since you are in Edmonton, what's like the music scene like out there?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. There's not a lot of music out here that I like, kind of stuff. What I do, they not a lot of people are doing that. Um, not that are doing it like me. Even like I'm a smaller artist. Like, don't get me wrong, but there's not a lot of like even underground artists here. There's nobody. I There's this one guy that's kind of he's a little bit bigger, but he's not like anything crazy. There's one artist or two artists that I would say that I'd like to give a little shout to. Um, Alant, he's in Calgary, really good artist. He's doing his own thing right now. Him and Elite Typhoon work together like a lot. If there's anybody that you know is going up out of Alberta, it'll be them. And then T Dot, you might have heard of him. Maybe you haven't. If you do a little bit looking into like the Edmonton scene, that's kind of who you'll see. That's the guy.
What's kind of the genre like people listen to out there? Is it like hip hop?
Um, Now it depends on where you are. If you're more up north, like Fort Mac, spots like that, Peace River, you're probably gonna see a little bit more hip hop. You might see a little bit of country. We're in Alberta. You got our country people. Like in Edson, I can tell you, people don't listen to rap music too much. It's kind of like a scarce thing here. Um, it's summer that I go quite often as well. I have family, so I mean, when I do go, it's like wow, like there's nothing here. Like it's literally a highway town. You can drive through it and not even know you went through a town. Like yeah, it's nothing.
Staying on that topic, what artists did you listen to when growing up?
Man, there's quite a few. Like I have a lot of heavy music influence. Um, so I used to listen to a lot of rock and like metal music, more so rock. I listened to a little bit of early 2000s hip hop. So like Eminem, you already know that. Um, and then kind of coming up actually, I think it was when I turned around like 12 or 13. I started listening to X, like he had just died and passed. So that's how I stumbled across X. And then not too long after that, I stumbled across Juice World. Actually, I remember the song. It was Autograph. I had stumbled across that. I think yeah, it had been a while before that. But yeah, that's the one song I stumbled across that introduced me to Juice. And then along with finding out about X, I found out about Trippy, and that's where a lot of people say I sound like Trippy, and I kind of give off that vibe with my music. So, I mean, yeah, it'd have to be Juice, Trippy, and probably X. Those are the three guys. I know you probably hear that a lot.
If you could collaborate with any artist in the game, who would it be?
Man, there's so many. I'd have to say that he's not mainstream yet. He's doing a lot though. He's from LA to Chicago, back and forth all the time. His name is Solo Cello, man. That guy, like I've been following him for a long time. We've talked for a pretty long time. Feature prices, they're a little high, but as I told him, I was like, hey, I'm willing to pay up. I was like, I just got to get a good enough song that doesn't have a hook or doesn't got a verse on it that I'm gonna give to you, and I just need you to work your magic. So that's kind of been the talks. That's something that's actually within my reach right now. So yeah, I'd say that's the guy I want to collab with in the industry.
Out of all the songs and like projects that you have put out, which one did you most enjoy like making?
The song I like the most right now that's released, it would have to be Saints Row. The production on it is just it's there. The energy is there. However, that song is going to be topped severely. Because I just made this song called Red Dead Redemption, roughly, probably a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and the production on that song is crazy. The energy on that song is just out of this world. Yeah, it's just it's all there. It's everything you'd want in a song.
Do you want to run me through your like creative process when creating a song?
So I like to use BeatStars, or I'll go through my emails because some producers send me beat packs. Um, Usually it's beat packs more than often because I have a bunch of producers that just constantly send me shit. Um, so yeah, I can go through that. Usually I'll go through about it'll take me probably go through like 10 beats before I find one that I want. But yeah, usually the first beat I hear, I start off with an idea, so I'll freestyle like a hook, and then I'll use that hook and I'll put it across 5 or 6 different beats to see which one I like more, and which one I can put more energy across. It's gonna sound pop out, stand out. Um, then after that, drop the beat in FL Studio, record the hook. I'll just basically hook. I'll just copy paste it, slap it over there, do a verse, and then chorus if I feel like it. I can always just chop it up because usually when they send me beat packs, they just send me stems when I ask,
Okay.
which I'm fortunate for.
Do you write too or no?
No, I don't. I don't write. I feel like a lot of people, they like to. Oh yeah, you should write your songs. Blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. There's no point in writing. It's a waste of time. If you need to, then you do you. But like personally, it's all gonna stay in my head. Like it's going to need to anyways. So that's kind of my thing.
How would you describe the music you create?
I kind of float around a lot of different genres.
Yeah,
Like genre wise, I kind of I kind of experiment with a lot of stuff. Um,
because I was listening to some of your music, and it's a lot of like hip hop and like a little bit of kind of like EDM kind of beats in there as well. But rapping as well is in there. Have you ever made like a rock and roll kind of?
I actually have, yeah. I've experimented with country as well. I even at one point tried to make a metal song. That was interesting.
All right, then let me ask you, which one did you like most enjoy making? What genre?
Had to have been rock because it was still that hip hop feeling, It still had that it was still relatable. Yeah, definitely. That'd be my favorite.
What artists do you listen to?
Ooh, now honestly, oh damn, that's a rough question. There's a guy. He's called Jaden. It's just Jad a 3NN. He's from Ontario. I like to try to support from Canada. It's kind of just like a thing. I would hope somebody would do that for me. Yeah, his music's pretty good. Only thing, like, it could use some better production. And I've reached out and I've talked to him about that. And that's what he's working on. There's I like Joe Kenji. That's a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Joe Kenji.
he's
He's really
fire.
doing good right now.
So, what kind of advice do you have for new artists?
For new artists, this is something that I still go through, but it's not a personal thing. This is something that I will say to everybody. Keep your head leveled, keep your head screwed on right. Understand that people are going to hate on you and make fun of you. It's part of the process. It'll be around forever, even when you do make it or whatever. Um, I would just recommend that you understand, you listen to what your haters are saying. And I know that people would say that's pretty toxic and you shouldn't do that. But that's the one way that I did get better because I moved around a lot. And, I got different reactions from everywhere. It depends on where you live. If you're in a bigger city making hip hop music, you're going to be a lot more successful. If you're in a small town trying to make hip hop music, well, I pray for you. like, because, like, it's something that not a lot of people want to do, make hip hop in a small town. It's really really hard. There's not a scene for you. There's nothing. You are the scene when you're in a small town like that, so you have to make it.
What kind of social media platforms do you think are most like helpful and useful to artists coming up?
Man, see, this is something that I actually get asked a lot. Like, I had a couple people DM me yesterday, "Hey, how can I promote my music?" And the one thing that I told them, I was like, "Well, I was like, how do you want to promote your music? Do you make more catchy music? Do you just like your melodies? Like, what do you do? How are you going? Like, what kind of music you make?" Like, "Oh, well, I kind of make like more like bouncy hip hop." So I was like, "Okay." I was like, "You know where you want to be?" I was like, "TikTok, Instagram. Keep short form content.
So you think short form
Short form content is the best. So YouTube Reels or YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, hell, even what's that one thing called? Um, Thrash. Fuck, I don't even know what it's called. It's some app, Thrasher or something like that, or
thriller?
yeah, Thriller or whatever that
I
is.
think I
Yeah,
think you're talking about
that's another
thriller.
good
Yeah,
app
yeah.
for music as well.
Any new projects people should look out for?
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption. I just dropped Destined for Greatness. That's on track to stream 100K. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption dropping May 26th. Nope, just the one that I released there, Destined for Greatness, man. That was an interesting project to work on. You know, there's a lot of experimental music in there.
Experimental, how like when it came to like the genre of music you were making or like the beats you were picking?
Yeah, when it came to production in general, it was just a lot different.
Yeah.
Because if you could go back to any of my like my earlier catalog, you would notice it's like, okay, I have my first song, Greatness, which is kind of like a mix of Cold Chase, and someone said trippy or something like that. I don't really know how that translates, but yeah, Cold Chase 100%. It was just the kind of beat that it was with that energy. And then actually later on, it was like 10 feet out the park, more melodic stuff. So that's where the trippy influence they said heavily came in. Yeah, there's just like basically in my earlier days of music, it was mainly more like melodic stuff. But lately, I've been kind of going out more towards rap and